Hello everyone and welcome to my January book haul. I think I did pretty well this month in not buying all of the books. I have 11 books to show you, I think, for this month's book haul. I got 2 book related gift cards for Christmas. I got an Amazon one and a Waterstones one, and I did really well in not spending all of them all in one go. So I obviously probably will spend them on books like either next month or the month after that or something like that, but I didn't spend them all right away, so I was really happy about that. I got 4 books for my Kindle this month, and I realised in my other book hauls I don't really mention books that I get for my Kindle, and I don't really know why. So I'm going to mention the books I got for my Kindle this month as well, and I'm going to start with my Kindle books. So the first ebook that I got this month I was very kindly sent by the publisher Macmillan, and that is Winter Song by S.J. Jones. I think it's actually published by St Martin's Press, which is an imprint of Macmillan, so thank you to Brittany at St Martin's Press for sending me this. This is a new YA fantasy with goblins in it, and I've never read a book with goblins in apart from Harry Potter, so I'm really interested to see how this works out. I will be giving it a review once I've read it, probably next month. As far as I know, it's about 2 sisters, and one of them is kidnapped by goblins and the other sister marries the Goblin King in order to free her, and she obviously then lives in the goblin world, learns a lot about them, and I'm guessing some other stuff happens as well. So that's all I want to know. That's enough for me to want to pick it up, so yeah, I will of course give it a review. Another book that I got for my Kindle this month I actually got for the Diversathon Readathon, and that is Ash by Melinda Lowe. I'm actually currently reading this. I'm about a quarter of the way into it. It is a lesbian or bisexual retelling of Cinderella. I can't quite tell yet. I think it's a bisexual retelling, but yeah, really enjoying it so far. I will hopefully be finishing it today. I will talk about it more in my Diversathon wrap-up. I really love it so far. It's really interesting. I'm loving seeing all of the fairy tale Cinderella elements to it, so I'm really intrigued to see how it turns out. Another book that I got for the Diversathon Readathon, it was on my wish list anyway, but when Diversathon came up I thought, okay, I'll just buy it for my Kindle, and that is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I read her book Everything Everything, really enjoyed it, but I think I enjoyed this a little bit more. I gave it 5 stars. I will talk about it more in my Diversathon wrap up, but it was just beautiful. It's about a girl called Natasha who is about to be deported with her family back to Jamaica, and on the day they are supposed to return to Jamaica she meets Daniel, who is a Korean boy struggling under the pressures of his parents to do well in school and go to a good uni and things like that. So yeah, it's just gorgeous. Their relationship is lovely, and I was just really invested in wanting things to work out for them. So as I said, I will talk about it more in my Diversathon wrap up, but yeah, really enjoyed it. And the last Kindle book I got this month was actually a pre-order, and that is A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Barnard. I don't know if you can see that properly, but I did write a full review of it on my blog where you can see the cover much more clearly than you can see it here, so I will leave a link to that review in the description down below. This is the follow-up to her debut novel Beautiful Broken Things, which came out last year. I read and reviewed that as well, but I think I preferred this one. This is about a girl called Steffi who is a selective mute, and then when a new deaf boy starts at her school, she is paired with him because she knows sign language, and they form a friendship which turns into something more, and it was just so beautiful. Really enjoyed it. Read my review if you are intrigued by it, because I think that will enlighten you a little bit more. You can see all of the actual details of what I liked and things like that. So yeah, really recommend it if you liked her first book, but if it sounds like your sort of thing, definitely pick it up. And now on to the physical books that I got this month. So the first one I got from Amazon, and it had a price drop. It was on my wish list for quite a long time, and it is Rejected Princesses by Jason Porath. Tales of history's boldest heroines, Hellions and heretics. And these are untold stories of women that we just don't learn about, basically. There's 100 tales in here of historical women from all over the world, loads all over the timeline as well. Lots of different cultures. So there's obviously Florence Nightingale, Joan of Arc, Gertrude Bell, Empress Theodora, from all over the world. It's amazing. Emmeline Pankhurst, of course. So yeah, really lovely book. It's really heavy, really pretty book as well. So you've got the lovely shields on the end pages there. It's got some lovely animated illustrations as well. And you know, what a great time to be reading about how great women are, you know, judging by the state of politics and things like that. So yeah, really, really excited to be dipping into this at some point. Another book that I got from my Amazon wishlist that had a price drop this month is Strands of Bronze and Gold by Jane Nickerson, and I've seen this around on Booktube for quite a few years now. I think it came out a long time ago, and as far as I know, this is kind of historical / fantasy type thing. I will read you the blurb. When 17-year-old Sophia Pethrum's beloved father dies, she receives an unexpected letter, an invitation on fine ivory paper in bold black handwriting from the mysterious Monsieur Bernard de Cressac, her godfather. With no money and fewer options in 1855, Sophie accepts, leaving her humble childhood home for the astonishingly lavish, wind-driven abbey in the heart of Mississippi. Sophie's always longed for a comfortable life, and she finds herself both attracted to and shocked by the charm and easy manners of her overgenerous guardian. But as she begins to piece together the mystery of his past, it's as if thread by thread a silken net is tightening around her, and as she gathers stories and catches whispers of his former wives, all with hair as red as her own, in the forgotten corners of the abbey, Sophie knows she's trapped in the passion and danger of de Cressac's intoxicating world. So it sounds like a really cool, historical, mysterious, magical book. So yeah, I think it may have a companion as well. So if I enjoy it, I will definitely look into picking that up. Another book that I got from Amazon this month, and I was really excited about this, is The Secret Lives of the Amir Sisters by Nadia Hussain. Nadia Hussain won the Great British Bake Off, not the last series, but the series before. I absolutely adore her, and she's written a book, namely a YA book, and when I saw that this was coming out, I just had to pick it up. Lovely, lovely, cute little cover as well, and it was only a £5 for the hardback on Amazon as well, so yeah, really, really happy about that. Underneath it's just this kind of purple with the gold writing on the spine. I will read you the blurb to this as well, even though I have read it, but I think the blurb will probably give you a better summary than I could. Fatima, Farah, Bubbly and May, the four Amir sisters, are the only young Muslims in the quaint English village of Withenage. On the outside, despite not quite fitting in with their neighbours, the Amirs are happy. On the inside, each sister is secretly struggling. Fatima is trying to find out who she really is and finally pass her driving test. Farah is happy being a wife but longs to be a mother. Bubbly is determined to be an artist in London, away from family tradition, and May is coping with burgeoning YouTube stardom. Yet when family tragedy strikes, it brings them closer together and forces them to learn more about life, love, faith and each other than they ever thought possible. So it sounds like a really, really cute family story about four sisters, and it sounds like a diverse book as well, and I'm really excited about reading some more books with some more diverse characters and just characters who have completely different lives to my own. So yeah, really, really looking forward to this one. And some books that I got for cheap this month. I was really, really happy that my local supermarket does actually sometimes have some new books for discounted prices. So I picked this one up, which is called I'm Travelling Alone by Samuel Bjork. And I'd seen some posters for this book on the tube, and when I saw it for like £4 in the supermarket, I just snatched it up right away. So this is about a girl who is travelling alone, and she is found dead in the woods with this tag around her neck saying I'm travelling alone, and obviously it's a crime murder mystery in solving who this girl is and what happened to her. So it sounds like my sort of thing. I do like this kind of thing from time to time, so I'm hoping that it is going to be a good crime murder mystery, and hopefully it's not too predictable. So if you've read it, let me know. I went to visit my grandparents, my dad's parents. I don't get to see them very often, but every time I go, my grandma always has like a pile of secondhand books that she gets from charity shops, and she always tells me to just look through them and take any that I like the look of. And I took These Foolish Things by Imogen Parker from her. I'll be honest, I did read the blurb and I thought, okay, it sounds like a kind of nice cheesy chick lit type book, but I think the cover is probably what attracted me the most, the kind of party ring biscuits, the jammy dodgers. I just couldn't resist, so I picked it up. I will read you the blurb though. In the hottest summer for 20 years, the lives of three women collide. Alison, sophisticated, successful, married to the ideal husband, but still wondering what the future holds. Leah, Serene, beautiful, living in blissful contentment with the man she loves. Ginger, chaotic, effervescent, unable to hold down a relationship for more than a few weeks. 3 women with nothing in common except that they are each about to have their first baby. An unforgettable story of friendship, love, and the choices that confront us all. So I do like some little easy chick lit every now and then, so I picked it up, and hopefully I will be in the mood to pick this up reasonably soon, but I feel like it may be a kind of summery beach read, so I may save it for then. And 2 books that I bought from charity shops this month. So the first one is The Bookshop on Rosemary Lane by Ellen Berry. I'd never heard or seen this book before, but I mean, it's a book about bookshops, so I bought it. I will read you the blurb again because I think it may be another kind of chick lit where the summary is probably best if I just read it to you. In the beginning, Kitty Cartwright has always solved her problems in the kitchen. Her cookbooks are her life, and there isn't an issue that cooking with aspic can't fix. Her only wish is that she had a book entitled Rustling Up Dinner When Your Husband Has Left You. 40 years later, on Rosemary Lane, Della Cartwright plans to open a very special little bookshop. Not knowing what to do with the hundreds of cookbooks her mother left her, she now wants to share her recipes with the world, and no amount of aspic will stand in her way. But with family convinced it's a harebrained scheme, Della starts to wonder if she's made a terrible decision. One thing's for sure, she's about to find out. So again, it sounds like a little cute, contemporary, chick litty type book. So yeah, I may pick this up maybe in the summer. And the last book that I got this month was also from a charity shop, and I couldn't not pick it up. And that is Harry Potter y la Piedra Filosofal. This is Philosopher's Stone in Spanish. I now have this book in English, French, and in Spanish. And I don't speak a word of Spanish. At least I do obviously speak English, and I do actually speak and understand a little bit of French, but I've never studied Spanish, and I don't know any Spanish. But I saw this and I had to pick it up just for the sake of having another copy of Harry Potter. So yeah, I may actually have to try to teach myself some Spanish through this. I don't know how that's going to go. That's probably going to go terribly. But yeah, it's just nice to have, you know, as a Harry Potter fan. So yeah, I just had to pick it up, and I was ridiculously excited about it when I picked it up, even though I know that I probably won't ever read it. But it's just nice to have it. It's got these cute little French flaps as well. So yeah, I just kind of saw it and picked it up. So yeah. And that is it for my January book haul. What books did you get for January? Let me know in the comments down below. I will leave all of my social media in the description down below. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.